the most prominent tourist destinations for Christmas and New Year's Eve, and that is the beachfront of Goa. At this point, there are tourists sadly not following COVID norms in Goa, and that is also being noticed. Remember, as the influx of tourists will only increase in the state in the next few days, here's a ground report from the state. Take a look.
Goa, India's favorite destination for tourists ringing in the new year. With no strict restrictions for public places, beaches and hotels, the state is seeing large crowds with few takers for COVID-appropriate behavior. Preeti and Chaitanya, who recently got married, zeroed in on Goa for their honeymoon. Preeti, who hails from Maharashtra, says she felt Goa would be the best place. She doesn't bother much about the COVID situation for now, choosing to repose faith in masks.
Just for the beaches first of all, and second for the peace of Goa. Like we just wanted to spend some time like in the peace of these beaches and the overall nature. So that's the only reason.
Since the imposition of Section 144 in Mumbai, a large number of tourists are now coming to Goa, but COVID-appropriate behavior has gone for a toss.
Certainly we will implement state guidelines, central guideline, health ministry. We will coordinate with other agencies.
Any restrictions are coming from state government, sir?
So far I am not aware. Whatever will come, that we will implement.
The government is sounding the alarm bells.
सभी ने प्रिकॉशंस लेना चाहिए. अभी भी यानी कोविड के वास्ते प्रिकॉशंस लेना बाकी है, इसलिए मेरी कहना है कि जो यहाँ पे टूरिस्ट आते हैं उन्होंने मास्क यूज़ करना, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग मेंटेन करना, यही करना जरूरी है.
But hear out what flimsy excuse mask violators give.
मेरे दोनों वैक्सीन लगा रखी है मैंने, बट मतलब मास्क का भी उपयोग करता हूँ मैं. बट अभी यहाँ पर बीच पे अभी मैंने थोड़ा सा एंजॉयमेंट कर रहा था, इसलिए मैंने निकाल दिया.
घूमना अच्छा लगता है. हम हर साल कहीं ना कहीं जाते हैं घूमने के लिए, तो यहाँ पे हम आए घूमने के लिए. यहाँ बहुत अच्छा लगा हमें. और कोविड की आप कहें तो कोविड में कोई हमारे यहाँ पे इतना ज्यादा मतलब कुछ कोविड का इतना है नहीं है.
A large number of people have chosen Goa as their favorite destination to welcome Christmas and New Year's. Are there any COVID restrictions in place? The local policemen say no. Are the people abiding by COVID appropriate behavior? Unfortunately, a large section is not applying by or subjecting themselves to COVID appropriate behavior. I have had a word with many people and they say the COVID numbers are in control here. They don't see any guidelines or restrictions or any authorities picking them up.
At the famous Anjuna beach too, no one seemed to care much for COVID-appropriate behavior. Hotel owners say they haven't received any guidelines from the government yet.
गाइडलाइंस हमें होटल को दिया नहीं गया है, पर गवर्नमेंट ने जो बोला है रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस, वो हिसाब से ही हम लोग गेस्ट को एंट्री देते हैं. हम उनका वैक्सीनेशन हुआ है कि नहीं चेक करते हैं और उनको मास्क पहनना कंपलसरी करते हैं. यही हम लोग फिलहाल तो हम लोग ये कर रहे हैं.
The COVID scenario is yet to impact business in Goa. Travel experts say they are well placed for the festive season. Bookings are only rising for next month in the middle of weddings, not just from India, but foreign destinations as well.
We are welcome tourists for 31st also. But one thing is very clear that even people has to understand that we are living in the COVID world and COVID appropriate behavior is a way forward.
Medical experts warn that such callousness could cost dear.
As 25th December and 31st are coming close, people are trying to go out on destinations to celebrate these two occasions. But there is a word of caution because this variant has been found to be more infectious than the previous. One person can infect more than 40 and whole India can get affected in 4 weeks.
Chief Minister of Goa has appealed to the people and tourists to wear masks at public places and abide by COVID appropriate behavior. With camera person Vaibhav Kangutkar, this is Pankaj Upadhyay in Goa, reporting for India Today.
So now take a look of how and which state has now announced curbs just ahead of the festive season. Let's begin with Karnataka, that has recently announced some restrictions, and that is no mass gatherings will be allowed. Restaurants, bars will only operate at 50% capacity, which means no big gathering, limited restaurant gatherings as well. No special events or DJ parties will be allowed in the state of Karnataka. Moving on to the city of Mumbai, where Maharashtra, remember, is reporting high cases. Section 144 imposed till 31st December, which means no big gatherings. No massive events allowed for Christmas or New Year's. No big gathering will be allowed on the beaches, which usually gets very crowded on New Year's Eve in Mumbai. Let's come to national capital Delhi. COVID curbs have been extended till 31st December in Delhi, which means a ban will continue on social and cultural gatherings. Again, should not be massive in number. 50% seating capacity will be allowed in bars and restaurants. Even the state of Gujarat has announced a night curfew in about 8 cities in the state. COVID restrictions even in Gujarat will be in place till 31st December, which is the New Year's Eve.